Alright, what's going on, Peloton? So I have made some significant process in this game, process progress. I'm not going to get into everything right now because people tend to start joining in a little bit. Okay, cool. Sorry, the YouTube thing wasn't updating to tell me my stream had started. So yeah, I'm going to give it a few seconds before I start talking about this stuff. But essentially right now I'm working on making the enemy projectile. We've got an enemy projectile spawner here, and the basic enemy with a stomp animation. And so the stomp is like he's summoning this, comes out of the round, aims at you, and then fires. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and make the... Is it really a really simple, easy projectile? And so I've just created it here, and now I'm going to go ahead and do is just add a script and tell it to do some very basic stuff. So we're going to say... Okay, so function... Sorry, that's not probably what anyone wants to hear. We will say global position plus equals, and then I'm going to decide... Sorry. I'm going to make var velocity equals... Well, let's do exactly probably... What is bullet? What did I use here? Oh shit, that's pretty fast. 2500. Oh, minus equals. That's cool. That's cool by me, dude. Load. I'm not moving. I'm not using that moving thing anymore. Just to... If die moving equals false. We don't need to do this anymore, I don't think. Because we're reparenting the trail. Fucking, I need to fix this thing. Okay. Let's go into enemy projectile and do... well, here, let's just do this. And then I want to go into Go Dream Bullet and then see if I can remove some of this crap. So I think I should be able to get rid of this. This. Oh no, I guess we don't want it to keep moving. So this we can keep. Oh, we actually do want both those things. Yeah, okay, never mind. Never mind. Oh, I should probably... I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Anyway, yes. I mean, those could actually certainly be called deferreds. Oh, we got a viewer. What's going on, bro? That was the douchiest way I could have said, how are you doing? Good sir. It's called deferred, remove child trail. So I think I'm going to change these to these now. Por supuesto. Okay, and then I'm just going to do this, and we'll see if that works real quick. Doesn't look like... It looks good, not having any issues, so I'm going to keep that as it is. Oh, the trail's not glowing on those guys, so I'm going to do that real quick, too. It's a good dream. I would like the trail here to glow. I thought... Didn't I adjust the visibility here? No, I didn't. I adjusted it in animated sprite. Yes, I did. Okay, well, that's good to know. Now we'll go to Particles 2D, and I'll adjust the visibility here. I should have adjusted it. Why? I wonder why I didn't do that. Who knows? Okay, so we'll do the modulation here, and I'm going to set this to 1.3, 1.2, and 1.3. And now let's add the glow world environment I've got here. Yeah, it's a pretty good glow. I feel like that's enough. Okay, let's do this. And then let's run it, see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's enough. We don't need it to be too crazy, just a little bit, I think, adds a little bit of pizzazz, especially when the trail's leaving you. Okay, cool. Enemy projectile here, same deal. Let's, yeah, okay. Enemy projectile, we've got this. So what I did is, for this one, and I'm gonna steal, like, basically exactly what I did here. I mean, I could basically copy this script. There's probably some things I'm going to want to do, have it be done differently, but I'm going to do this verbatim. So we're going to steal that, and I'm going to stick it right here. That, and then we need to create that moving variable. Okay, bar moving equals true. Okay, and then we need to go ahead and adjust some collision layer. So what collision layer are we on? We are on enemy projectile. Okie doke. And then what do we collide with? We collide with parry, we collide with walls, not ceiling, and then also ground. Good dream bull. Oh, also we want to hit enemies, but that could potentially be a problem. I'll fix that right now. Okay, so enemy projectile, good dream bullet. I'll do this and this. And this. Okay. Yes. Okay, so cool. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and add a area 2D entered signal here. I'm also going to make a function called die real quick. This would be function die. And then for right now, it's just going to be queue free, but we're going to, you know how I like to do, because there's multiple places you might want to like kill your character or something. So that's why it helps to make a function called die, and then you can call die from wherever. And then I also like to make a variable called dead. Set this equal to false, right? And then say if not dead, dead equals true. Okay. And then, so that way we'll only run the die code if we're dead. And so this is just a common theme of an issue that I have, is like if you call, there's so many ways that you can accidentally call the die function twice. Like if you enter, like let's say I'm gonna say, oh, when you hit a wall, die, right? You might somehow lag and last for 2 physics frames, let's say, before you're destroyed. And so if you do that, then you're going to be calling the die function twice in 2 physics frames. So if you do this, then you just avoid that, and that causes issues. It like crashes the game actually. So just by doing this, we don't have to deal with that. Yeah, okay. And so this is gonna be a little complex, to be honest, what we're about to do here. For somewhat no, but for somewhat yes. Okay, so we're gonna go here, back to where I had this. And you can see that, so I've got, when it hits, I don't want it to die, because the enemies are shooting these things, right? So if I make it explode right when it hits an enemy, right? I only want it to explode when it hits an enemy, or detect when it hits an enemy, if it has been parried. So I'm gonna make another variable called parried, and we're gonna set this equal to false by default. And then we're going to be able to set that true differently. So we're going to say if parried okay, pass for right now, but there's more that I need to do with that. We're going to say if, so I think, so let's go to the enemy. Yeah, so we've got the hitbox is a child of the enemy, so that's how we're going to be doing this. And so what I can do here is say if area, well here we'll do if area dot get underscore parent dot collision underscore layer equals I think it's 16. That I'm almost positive it's totally wrong. Yeah, 32. It's 32. So we're basically checking if this is an enemy, right? Then we're gonna stick this in there. I guess we could just make this and parried. And parried. Yeah. And then we don't have to do this. And then we're going to say, well, I mean, essentially we're going to say die, right? So basically now it'll only die when it hits an enemy after you've basically reflected it. So you've got a move called parry. So these are going to be projectiles that are shot at our boy here, parry. And if they hit parry, normally it hurts him. But if he if parry uses his parry move, so basically like a block with a shield or like smacks it away, which is going to be like a timing thing. It'll be part of the game. It's fun, whatever. If he does that, then we're going to change the bullet. For one thing, we're going to bounce the bullet backwards, right? Because we're going to reflect the bullet. The second thing I'm going to do is then set parried equal to true. Now the bullet is able to hurt enemies. So I only want it to hurt the enemies after you've, as the player, have reflected it back towards the enemies. But that's going to be number one. Number two, we're going to say elif. I think we also do this. So if area get parent collision layer. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a variable, say var area parent call layer. Okay, equals this, and then we can just change this to parent call layer. Or I mean, yeah, let's just do call layer. Make it a little cleaner. So elf call layer equals. Oh, say in, because we're going to do several here. So, and then now we're going to just put the things that it'll die just normally, right? So what, all the layers that if it just hits, no matter what, I want it. Oh, actually this is, so if you parry it, I want it to be able to bounce off the walls. I think that'd be cool. For right now, let's just have it die, and then I'll add that functionality later. So we want it to be able to hit, if it hits other enemy projectiles, again, also only when it's parried. So projectile. So here we say in, and then I'll make this a that, and then the enemy projectile. I think it might detect itself colliding with itself, but that'll be something we can deal with later. Yes, okay. So enemy projectile value 128. 128. And parried die. elif collision layer in. We come back here. What else do I want it to hit? So we got good dream bullet. Okay, I want if it, so that's essentially the player's bullets. If it hits the player's bullet, I want it to be destroyed. So that's a value of 64. If it hits the ground, walls, or parry. For all of these things, it's going to be destroyed. So we've got 8, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 8. Okay. elif, it's in there. Die. Okay. Okay, so cool. So here, okay, so just to quickly recap what we just did. Beans. Beans? I like beans, dude. Beans, a magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you shit yourself. I mean, toot. Yes. Wait, why did you say beans to kill it? What's going on, by the way? Okay, cool. So we got enemy projectile area entered. So essentially what we're doing is we're grabbing the area, we're getting the parent of that area, and we're getting the collision layer which that area is on. Oh, actually, we just want, because this is area, we actually just want the collision layer of the area. I think so. We'll just do it that way. I think that should work. Yeah, so we're getting the collision layer of the parent. Oh, but this is going to be a problem for Good Dream Bullet, because Good Dream Bullet It's also going to be a problem when it's colliding with the enemy projectile. So I think, so what I'll do here is make this actually depending on the area. So I think we can say if, oh no, that won't work either. Damn it. All right, so let's, for instance, go to an enemy, right? So we've got the hitbox, and the hitbox is showing, yeah, so I guess we don't even need to do the get parent thing. And then if we go to parry, but here's where the tricky bit lies. So if we go to parry, and then I also want to open up, oh, you can do this, I forgot. I'm gonna start, oh, you can't search though in this, that's why that's not helpful. Level, okay. These ones, oh, I guess these wouldn't be entering an area. These are bodies. Okay, so that's going to be different. That actually makes things a little bit easier for us. Hello. Oh, hello. Okay. My water's not off today, by the way. I'm just lazy, and that's why I haven't showered. But I'm determined today to finish all of the enemies and get the HUD up and working, and then start to work on the score system. By the end of tomorrow, I'm hoping to have a fully playable game that I just need to tweak a little bit. And then on the final day, I am going to add music, some sounds, and then just finish up with some tweaks. I don't know if I'll get to a how to play. That would be dope. But anyway, that's the goal. That's the dream. That's the good dream. Good dream. Okay. So for this, same deal. So detection area, it's not monitorable. Hurt box, so there's hurt box, and you can see, okay. So we could just grab the layer.collision layer. I am doing that in such a way that that would work just fine. So I think I'm going to do that. That actually makes total sense. So I'm gonna go back here and change this code just a wee bit. So we don't need this, we just need area.collision layer. Okay. Save it, col layer. So if var col layer is in any of these and parried, so this is going to be the any projectile or enemy, and it has been parried, kill it. And if the collision layer is in any of these, so this is basically like regardless. I should probably make this actually just for my. Okay, so if parried and, so this way we'll check parried first. If this is false, we don't even have to bother checking that. Just in my mind, that's how I like things to work. So only if it's parried will we look at these. And then if the collision layer in those, yeah. And then elif, so only if this is not true. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. elif collision layer is in any of these. So 1, 2, and 8 are. So 1 is chill, we do want that. Walls, ground are not. We're gonna get rid of those guys. Enemy, and good dream bullet. Okay, so good dream bullet, so a good dream bullet is value 64. So for this one, this is just going to be, I'll just snag these actually. Okay, if elif collision layer is in there. Now the reason we don't do the other ones is because they're bodies, not areas. So we have to do body entered, connect this signal. And then basically do the same thing here. Okay. Yeah, it's like, dude, what the hell do you mean, bro? Okay, so we're gonna say if body dot collision layer in two or 8 die, and yeah, that's all we got to do there. Okay, and then I'm just going to move that function to be up with this function. Cool. Okay, so if basically we're saying move this guy at this speed, okay, then we say on enemy projectile entered, if it's parried and it hits an enemy or an enemy bullet, then die. Otherwise, you know, ignore those guys. Else, I mean, if you hit either of these things, no matter what, die. And then, of course, if you hit this is parry our player or one of the dream bullets, okay. And then finally, if we hit the walls or the ground, we're also going to die. So that should be cool. And that should be all we need for this to work. So now if we go into projectile spawner here, draw central. What's going on, bro? You a little artista? All right, hi. Do you, yeah, why is your name Draw Central? I'm interested. I've been getting very into art since I got the Affinity Designer. If you know that program, it's really fun. Makes it very easy to make beautiful art. No one's watching me. No one's watching me, everybody left. It's okay. I'll just go fuck myself. Oh, I got some kind of notification. Anyway, so now what we're gonna do is add the bullet here, and we're gonna have this thing spawn it. I promise I'll show you something cool in a second. So I'll stick it right here, actually. So we're gonna say var projectile equals, I guess you can make this a constant, huh? But I don't know. Preload, and then we'll go projectile, enemy projectile scene, drag that right there, okay. And then essentially, what are we gonna do with this guy? Well, I'm glad you asked. So right here is where I've specified that we've aimed at the guy, we've got everything going. But this is on, okay, tween completed, okay. Object and key equals rotation. We're gonna say projectile var projectile equals projectile dot instance. Okay, then we're going to say projectile dot global position equals faux projectile dot global position, and then projectile dot rotation equals, you guessed it, faux projectile dot rotation. Okay, and then finally we're going to say get underscore parent dot add child projectile. Okay, so this is all we're doing is we're creating an instance of the bullet. Oh, and then we also need to kill ourselves. So yeah, this is literally just going to be self dot queue free. There we go. So all we're doing here is we're creating an instance of the bullet that we're making. Then we're going to spawn that bullet. Well, I guess it's helpful to see what this thing's doing first. So I'm actually going to not do this, just so I can show you what's happening. So if we go and load this, see that he's doing that, it shoots up, goes like that, aims at us, and then it sits there, right? So actually, after it's aimed, we want it to shoot, and that's what we're actually doing right here. It looks like there's some variables I'm going to have to tweak, though, because it looks like it was looking really good, like it was really coming out of the portal, and now it doesn't quite so, but now it should shoot at us. Oh! Say what now? Why did that happen? It started at the right place. Oh, I know why. It's just, well, I know part of why. It's clearly, it didn't just go the wrong direction. There should be plus equals in this case. Yeah, so it's not looking at me, which is very, very odd, I think. So essentially, you can see that it's looking straight at me, so it should work. The faux projectile is pointing at me. I don't quite know what the hell is going on here. So nice. Okay. Okay. I also do want to just see it, the animation. Yeah, something's up, because you shouldn't. Oh, that's why. That's not why it's shooting the wrong way, but that's why it doesn't look great, is because this should be at 0. There we go. Now it'll look like it's coming out of the. Okay, cool. So it looks good, but it's, I don't know why it's programmatically so messed up. Projectile.rotation equals faux projectile.rotation. So theoretically, if I get rid of this line, it should just shoot perfectly to the right. Yeah. So what's weird to me is that, like, if we get rid of this, you can see that it is working perfectly. Like, it's aiming right at us. Okay, so this is aiming right at the player. So theoretically, all I should, and it's setting the position correctly, but it's just not setting the rotation correctly, which doesn't make sense to me because we're literally just saying it equals the rotation. And so how are we doing this? So we're setting this, we're saying tween to this. Yeah, it's so weird, dude. That is so weird. So weird. So I'm going to do a little something right here. This is just for testing purposes. I'm going to say set underscore physics process false. Okay. I'm going to add a physics process function. I think I'm having a stroke. And then we're going to say faux projectile print faux projectile dot rotation. Okay. And then right here we're going to set physics process true, set underscore physics process true, so that we'll start printing this consistently once. Oh, I guess we could also tween step it. It's probably notably better. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to say if key equals rotation, then we're going to say print key, just like that. Okay, and then we can get rid of this whole nasty physics process business. Okay, and then what I want it to do is right here, I want it to print projection dot rotation of faux projectile. Yeah, okay. Print faux projectile dot rotation, and I'm actually going to do prints because I want this to print final, something like that. Okay. Oh, oopsies. I should not print key. I should print oh, there we go. Value. Oh, my boys. I actually just figured it out instantaneously. So I set it this way because that's how you make a normal projectile, but the rotation here is set to, oh wait. Why is that so? Oh, because this, what? Just 0. We're setting this rotation to equal our rotation. So theoretically the sprite should be looking the wrong way. Maybe we need this to be this. Oh, okay. So that worked. That was good. Now we just need to fix the sprite here and change the rotation to be that. Hell yeah. Okay. Cool. Nice. And they shoot right at me just like I want. I think I want them to move a little slower though because they're like instantaneous. Fluorescent, what's going on? Boom. Nice. Yeah, definitely moving a little too fast, but now everything's working, so that's very nice. And then we need to reparent the trail, but that's about it. and I'm just going to steal that code, literally yoink it from this one, because we're basically, I honestly should just make these the same thing and then just instance the class, but it's easier to do it this way, and I'm on a time crunch, so we're going to do it this way, okay? Trail emitting, and then now I need to actually get... Trail. I try to type faster, and then I make more mistakes, and then I end up having to go back and delete those mistakes, and thus I should just type at a normal speed and then not make those mistakes. Okay, and this is going to be particles 2.2b. Okay, and this way the trail will not disappear immediately. I'm also going to calm this down a little bit. Let's go to 2000. Let's see what this looks like. Nice. Just late night chilling. How's the project going? What type of game is it? I don't know if I can. I don't know what type of game this is. It's pretty unique. You are. So the idea is like. I mean, here it is. These guys. This is like a bunch of crazy stuff that's going on right now. Just so like for testing purposes. But so the idea is that. The theme is Dream. It's a Hexcode Jam. You have to use a color palette, which is actually a pretty nice color palette. It's this one, so I'm sticking to that. But I adjusted it for shading purposes. Like I made it darker and lighter to do stuff like this. And the idea is that you are a dream catcher, and you are defending. Eventually, there's going to be like a little boy sleeping in his bed on the TV here. And the idea is that you're protecting that little boy from the bad dreams, which are where the hell did I kill the bad guy in accident? I think something bad happened. But so here's one thing you can do. So these are good dreams. When you get them, you get this dope power up. You get to shoot stuff. The other thing you're going to be able to do is they're shooting these projectiles at you. You're going to be able to parry those projectiles and smack them back at the other guy. So that's going to be cool. You're trying to. I think it's kind of like a wave shooter in a way. In that, yeah, but it's not though, because it's actually a platformer / wave shooter, I guess. But yeah, there will not be nearly as many of these dream things, in the real game. Oh, I probably just blasted him with this. The enemies can die currently, but yeah. So there's that. I think this looks pretty cool. And we're doing pretty well here. What I do want to see one more time though was fuck. Sorry. I just accidentally reloaded the page, so I hope that doesn't mess with anything. Cool. Okay, so what I'd like to do here is load this one more time. I'd like him to shoot at me right now, so I can see the projectile doesn't. It kind of look like I could barely see it. There's one of the bad guys. I don't know why. I feel like I can't see it very well. Does it need to be bigger? Come on, shoot at me. Huh. It's not really glowing. That's a thing. Which is weird because it's so big usually. Yeah, you don't want to go too unique though, because then it confuses people. But I think the overall thing is like you don't have to really know what it is. Start playing it, you'll get the controls, and it'll be fun. And that's as long as it's fun, who cares? So I want this to be a little brighter. It doesn't look like it's glowing a whole lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and glow world environment, and I'm gonna just bump the visibility up. Oh, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, set the raw, and we'll set the raw to 1.5 maybe. Oh, that's a lot of glow, but we'll see. 1.3. Oh, that's too much glow. Okay, 1.4. 3. 1.4. That looks all right. All right, now let's get rid of this glow world environment here. It still wasn't really glowing. I guess it was. I think what I want also is, what I need to do is set the faux projectile here equal to those same values to get it to glow like that. So 1.4, 1.3, and 1.4. Okay. Cool. And then let's run that one more time. Yeah, that's nice. I think the particles could be a little bigger on this thing. I think I'm going to adjust the scale here to, let's just do 5. Let's make them like egregiously big. It still didn't look that big to me. I should just make his shoot timer like instant. That wasn't too bad. I think I like that one. So we're reparenting it. I think what I also would like to happen here is for there to be a little bit of radial acceleration of the trail here. So set this to like 50. Maybe even higher, 70? Yeah, and then I think I also will probably want to make the lifetime a little longer, but let's see. Oh, did that not explode? Did that not explode? No, it didn't. Okay. Shoot at me. Come at me, bro. I'll fucking murder you. Oh, that's going to be a problem. But it's not, you know what, I'm not going to mess with that right now. It's going to work. But so essentially the way this projectile works is, or at least, so this is a spawner. So this is pretty interesting. So when the enemy does his attack, all he does is create this, which is a spawner. This does a little information. This does a little animation where this portal opens up, and then it puts up this thing called, I'm calling a faux projectile. Looks like it erupts, hovers, aims at you, and then after it aims at you, then what we do is we spawn the real projectile where the fake projectile is, and then kill this. And so that way, all the projectile has to do is just fly straight. Like that's, you know, this is a dumb, like super easy bullet type deal. Except it's not just flying at you; it's actually calculating. You can see right here, our aim position is going to be the player position plus your plus like 1 frame worth of travel at your max velocity. So like if you're moving in the X direction at 50 miles per hour, right? And we know that this is going to travel at, 20 seconds. We can say how far is he going to move at that rate in 20 seconds. And I'm trying to calculate that right here. But I think it's a little heavy. I think it's like for shooting it. I mean, it definitely needs to be a little closer to the actual position here. So I think I might. First of all, let's do this. Let's do this and just like shoot it at him without predicting where he's going to be. That's obviously not enough, but I think that if we do this divided by 2, let's see, it's a lot now. Oh, look at that. That's close. I mean, I want it to actually, if I'm just running, I would like it to actually hit me. But you know what? Instead of doing max velocity, we should just take the player velocity, I think. So if we go player dot velocity, I believe, let's go into Perry. This is Perry. He's the guy. He's the main character. He's pretty cool. Stream's current bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate. We recommend you use a stream of 4,500 kilobits per second. I don't think I can change that during stream, but I'll take that under advisement. YouTube, is this advisement a word? Velocity, yes. Velocity is a vector, so we only want the x value of that vector at the current moment. Okay, yeah. So that's pretty close. Pretty close. Well, here, let's run that. Actually, before I do this, I am going to go into the enemy and make him just shoot like a madman. So where is, okay, set wait time, and I'm just going to set wait time equal to, we'll do 1 second, so then I have a little bit of time to think. Oh. Didn't even realize. Oh, you know why? is because in the enemy projectile spawner, this takes time to aim at that, which is dumb. We should make this like very quick. 0.05 maybe? Like I want it to be a very almost near instantaneous aim. I probably should just use the looked at function. Okay. I mean, this is sad. Like I'm trying to get hit here and it's not hitting me. So that's a problem. Okay, so that's close but no cigar. So I'm gonna divide this by 2, maybe? See what that looks like? Oh, why is this? Yeah, I don't want to print this any longer. Okay, as we figured it out there. What's happening? What's happening? The enemy has disappeared, everybody. Oh, thanks for listening. Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine it's fine, but YouTube's got, like, stuff they want to optimize for, I'm sure. I mean, it definitely feels like it's shooting at me. I mean, where did he go? Why did he die? Oh, I think I know why. It is because, yes, our hitbox is registering for it and not checking if it is parried. That's why. Sweet. Okay, that's very easy to fix. So we go here, and then we'll go to on hitbox area entered. So right now we're just dying, but now I'm actually going to check that area. So we're going to say if area dot, oh nice, it'll let me do it this time. If area dot collision layer equals the collision layer of the enemy projectile, which is right there, 128 equals 128. Okay, we're going to say if area, oh no, and we need to say and area dot parried. Nah, we need to do these on 2 different ones. If area dot parried, then we die. And then all we're going to do right here is put an else. That's the only one. So essentially, I don't want it to die from its own, the enemies to die from their own projectiles unless our guy has knocked them back and hit them. So what we're doing is we're checking if, first thing, is this area that just entered our hitbox, is this our own bullet? If it is, check if it has been parried. And then parried is just a variable on the projectile that is set to false by default. And then once you parry the object, we're going to edit that object when you parry it. We're going to, reset its direction to be the opposite of whatever it was. And then we're also going to, we're going to reset its rotation to be the opposite of whatever it was. And then we are also going to set parried equal to true. And so that way now he won't be able to kill himself, which is nice. Okay, so if you're not moving, it's going to hit you, which is good. If you're moving a little bit, if you're just moving the whole time it's shooting, it's going to hit you, so that's good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm feeling much better about this now. Okay, cool. Let's kill that motherfucker. Boom. Okay, sweet. Okay, so we've got the projectiles working. And we've got the basic, I mean, this enemy is essentially done. We're going to spawn him in the level eventually, and not just, you know, right now I have in the level, I've kind of just put the enemy, just slabbed him there. So we'll put him like over here, and I want him a little more, let's zoom in here. Yeah, a little more on the correct playing field. I think that looks a little better there. And then we'll move that right there. And then let's check this out. I might make it eventually so that there's a little pause when it reaches its full height before it shoots at you. That could be relatively easily done. But for right now, I think I need to get moving and figure out getting the second enemy, which shouldn't be too difficult to make because he's basically going to be this guy with more health. And then we're going to make the second enemy, which is a little more difficult. But actually, the general code should be very similar to something I've already done before. So that's nice. We don't need this anymore. Probably don't need parry. I'll keep the level open. And then what I want to do here is to make this back to what it actually is going to be. And then, so then I can also see if this is an appropriate amount of time. So we're setting it, essentially I'm setting the wait time between his attacks to be random. It's a random range between 3 and 12. Luckily timers can take floats, but if you're trying to get a random integer, there are several ways to do it. Godot, there's a function called randiRange, underscore range, but it only exists if you make instantiate a random number generator class, which is weird. So the way I usually get around that is just do this, put some brackets around that, and then int, and then you can make an int out of whatever float this gives you, and it just rounds. Yeah, for me, I think that's the definitely the easiest way to do it. I don't know why I'd want to instantiate a random number generator. It's just dumb. They should make it that if you call randiRange in a function, because these are compiled not at runtime, I believe. If you call randiRange, you should just, in the background, Godot should add a random number generator. You shouldn't have to do that yourself. I mean, that's very confusing to most people, I'm sure. Anyway, so there's that. Now I'm going to start working on enemy, I call him enemy 1. I should say 1. Okay, we'll open this guy up. Now this guy, he looks like a badass, okay? I'm just being honest. Like, look at this guy. I never use their idle position, but there's this walk. He just looks like very hulking. He's going to move a lot slower. He's going to have a lot more health. I really, really, really should have made the enemy script a little more that girl is poison. Okay. I'm sorry, Boo-Boo. I woke my little baby up. I'm back. He's back, everybody. What's going on, dude? I am I don't know actually when you joined, but I'll show you what progress we made. We got an enemy, runs across the screen. Eventually he gets pissed off enough that he'll shoot at you, but right now that's a little too long. Yeah, there you go. He shot at me. Cool. I would like it to play that shooting animation though. He shot off in the corner, which is something I'd eventually like to fix. Come on. Oh, he shot back there again? See, that can't happen, dude. He needs to shoot. He did it again! He needs to only shoot when he's on, like, the main platform. I don't want him shooting in the corners like that. So that's something I definitely have to fix. There we go. See, little guy comes out of the portal, shoots at me. I like that. Oh, God. Boom. Okay. Yeah, but so anyway, yeah, they're using the same colors. One reason for that is the color palette is limited. But two, I kind of like that, like, you're using, like, this dream power, and we're using it for the sake of good, and he's using it for the sake of evil. Whatever. And then, of course, I finished up the shooter, and you can now shoot these guys, and they die. And they actually pause when you hit them, so I think that's cool. So, okay, that's just not going to work, Bean. My dog is, like, putting her arm right on my mouse arm. Okay, so I don't think. Okay. So here's the deal. The enemy 1 is basically going to be exactly like enemy 2, except it's going to have some different health. So I think, yeah, I can't let myself just copy and paste code. I just have to make the script a little more dynamic real quick. But hopefully it won't be too hard. So the main thing is that right now we're just dying because these guys have 1 health. But all we have to do to remedy that is we have a physics process here, and we just say if health. Oh. Okay, how do we do this? Die. Oh yeah, so all we have to do is call the die function. Hitbox area entered. So on hitbox area entered, we're going to say health minus equals 1. And then here we'll also say health minus equals 1. We have, and this guy, our total health is 1. And then we'll say in physics process, if health is less than or equal to 0, then we're going to call the die function. Okay. Cool. And I've made the die function such that you can call it as many times as you want, and it'll only run once because we've got this dead flag. So that's all good and fine. And yeah, that should work pretty well. So Ponce wants help with the game jam. Dude, she does. Just a little girl. Just a little girl. Hi. She's really sly, really tired, and she doesn't want no attention. But I'll give you a little bit. This is who she is. Oh yeah, and you can see I'm wearing my superpower pug shirt with my pug. Okay. So that should work, and that might be literally all I need to do to get this to work a little more dynamically, and then we can just copy and paste the script over to enemy 1, which would be nice, and then I can just add an attack timer, and bada bing, bada boom, we're done. We're done, baby! Except I do need to change, that's going to be a pain in the thuckus. That's going to be a pain in the thuckus. It is. I think there's a way to instantiate a class, because I want the attack. Oh, no, that's epic. I've actually already done that somewhat accidentally. So essentially the way the attack works, and I'll show you on this guy, is that we've got the animation player, and we're actually calling the attack function from this. So when I say attack in the script, all I'm doing is telling this animation stomp to play. And so I've made it for him. He jumps up. When he stomps the ground, we spawn the thing, right here, and we call that on stomp, and we call the argument as false, and then here we set the argument as true, and this is at the end of the animation. So theoretically, we could call the on stomp false function as many times as we want, like 5 times, and it would just spawn 5 projectiles, and then we'd never end the attack state until we call on stomp true. So this actually does remain that I could make this quite dynamic, because then all we do is on the stomp animation for this enemy, we just have him stomp several times and then call that function several times. So yeah, that's cool. 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 That cool. And then I'm not. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's see if he works. Hopefully no bugs happen. Would like him to shoot at the projectile. Shoot at the projectile, huh? Nice. No issues. Oh yes, now I need to kill him. Okay. No, I got something in the debugger, but I don't think it's related to that. Argument value is never used. Definitely do that. It wastes a lot of. There's like this is running quite a bit, and if we're telling it we don't need that value, that's gonna minorly help it out. But if you're doing that on 30 enemies, that might actually slow your game down. So that's nice. Okay, and now what I should be able to do is just snag this script here, and go to it's called enemy 2 right now. I think it might mess it up if I change the script name, but I'm going to just drag and drop that onto enemy 1. So now we go to enemy 1, save, and we can go into here, and you can see we've got the exact same script. I'm actually going to bring this down. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so we've got the same script. We've got some export variables here, and I can change those. So the max velocity, I want this guy to be slower, so we'll set it to 200. Acceleration will be 20. And then health is going to be, I think, 5 for this bad boy. Yeah, it's going to be 5. So yeah, that's the cool part. And then make sure we set collisions correctly. No, that's not what we want, this one. And we want to, what did I just do? Yeah, I don't want that. We are going to set him, what layer is he on? He's an enemy. Obviously, can you not tell by the way he looks? He looks so scary. Then we're going to go down here. What do we want him colliding with? We want him colliding with, I guess, good dream bullets, not enemy projectiles. Actually, let's see. I'm just going to copy this. But it is nice to... Collisions. Oh, so all he's masked with... Okay. Okay. What did I do here? Like, what else did I add? Oh, I actually don't want him even colliding with the good dream bullet. And then why did I not put him on the layer of enemy? Should certainly be on the layer of enemy. Just good practice, to do that, even if it's not legit. And I guess it doesn't even matter. He doesn't actually need to be... he's never going to collide with parry, these guys at least. But just to be consistent, I'll do that. I think that's safe. It's smart. Whatever. Okay, and then here we see that is enemy, so we're on that layer. Cool. So now what I need to do is basically copy all these nodes here. So by the thing here, this works. That's the same already. I'm going to get rid of this, I think. No, I'm going to keep that. Just until we finish the stomp animation for him. And then what else do we need to add? We just need to add a hitbox and an attack timer. So I am going to add area 2D. We're going to add a timer. Okay. Oh my god, whatever. Attack timer. Then here we're going to name this hitbox. And then to that we're going to add a collision shape. Not a collision polygon, but a okay. Wunderbar, yeah? Okay, and then what did I do for this guy's collision shape? Okay, good, I did that. That makes sense to me. I'm going to add... Yeah, I'll add a capsule shape to this guy as well. And then I'm going to change the visibility here to make it green. Change the opacity down and make it a little less obtrusive. Are the enemy sprites outlines? No. Does it look like it? I guess they're pretty similar to the color of the background. They're a little bit darker here. Because if you go to the palette... Oh, I guess Is that the same color? No. Well, now I'm tripping out because I don't remember. It's not this color. It's definitely a blacker color. The only way to know for sure, and now you've got me wondering, my friend, is to open up my editing software, which is seemingly not doing it. There we go. Okay, it's opening. Whoa, what is that? Color sync utility? No idea what that is. We can also close text edit. And yeah, okay, there we go. That was weird. This usually opens up like lightning fast. This is the vector designer I use. These are not vectors, because I don't think you can use vectors in Godot, although someone told me you could yesterday, but I have not found a way to. And we're going to open recent. We are going to open enemy2, because now I need to know. Oh, crap. Oh, it's the same colors. Okay, so we're going to go to palette. Is it that color? Okay, now I need to also open recent, open background. Is that the same freaking color? They are the same color. Oh my god. Dude. No, I mean, they're not technically outlines, but I totally thought for some reason that I made this a slightly different color, but there's not, there's only that color. Now, I took the liberty, which apparently I might get marked down for, of shading some of the colors. So I didn't want to add different colors, but what I did do is, on several occasions, I forgot I'm in this. On several occasions, what I actually did, let's see that. On several occasions, what I did was to, like here, you can see this is all the same blue. This is actually all this blue here. But what I've done is I've changed the lightness values by 5. So that's what I usually do. This is normal. Then we add 5 to make lighted areas and subtract 5 to make darkened areas, and then subtract another 5 to make this shadowed area right here. Yeah, and that's how I do my thing. Looks very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. No? Cool. But yeah, that's good to know. I'll say that. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's not. Why do you do this? Why you do this? Hope that doesn't. Okay, cool. Okay. Show you. Oh, that's because we're on that still. So this is how the game starts up. So basically the idea is like this is a TV screen. And so we've got this. I want to add like super analog-y noises here. And you play, and then I need to fix that as well. But maybe I won't. It's kind of cool to be playing while the transitioner. It's like, it's almost like, I think when you're breaking the third wall or the fourth wall, where it kind of feels like, that's what I like a lot. Like they do it in Deadpool and stuff where he talks to the audience, and just kind of that where it feels like, am I, is this the game? Am I outside the game? Is this the title screen? I kind of like blurring those lines, not throughout all my projects, but like just because I think that is cool. And so in this case, we are doing just that. Okay, so disabled? No. We do want to transform it though. I think I've got a -15. That looks about right. And then I'm gonna make this bigger. A little bigger there. Get it like that. A little bit like that. Okay, and I'll make this a little bit bigger. Like that. Okay. I think that's pretty fair. It's pretty big. And then what I'll do here, I hate ugly numbers like that, so I make these whole numbers, ints. I'll go here and then do the same deal here. So 43, 43, 43, and 55. Nice round numbers. There's a small part of me that wants to make them even numbers, but no. I have, I'm pretty sure I have OCPD, which is obsessive compulsive personality disorder. It's like kind of a much more lax version of OCD. Yeah, I have obsessions but not compulsions, essentially. And it does certainly. Usually it's for the better, like I can't lie, but it's also kind of a pain in the ass. So physics 10 on, physics 10, actually that doesn't matter. And then we'll set that on. This doesn't matter because we're setting this in the ready function, but so I have the timer working on physics, so basically if like their frame rate drops, they're not going to start attacking much faster than you can react. They're going to consistently react or shoot based on the amount of physics frames going by. The wait time we're going to set, and then one shot is so that this only runs when we tell it to run, which we're going to do right here. Hitbox, I don't think there's anything special I need to do here. Yes, there is. I need to add the correct layers. So we are going to say this is enemy, and then we're also going to go, what do I collide with? We want to collide with good dream bullet and enemy projectile. I think that's it. Right here. Yep, good dream bullet and enemy projectile. Perfect. Okay, and now I think we need to connect the signals here. So what do we have? I think it's just area entered is what we need, and then timer timeout, of course. Attack timer timeout, yep, and then hitbox area enter. Okay. Beautiful, and then we'll connect the timer signal. Where did that go? Perfect. Perfecto, ah. Okay, So everybody, that's it. Is that it? No, we have to make the animation. Because right now it doesn't have a stomp animation, so the game will probably crash when he says to attack. But this guy should generally work. Essentially, most of the functions are done. We just have to make the attack animation, which also has some functionality beyond just aesthetics. Because right now, he'll walk back and forth on a timer. He will randomly decide to attack. And, yeah, on that timer, he will randomly decide to attack, and he'll attack. That's all these guys do. They run back and forth between here and then randomly attack. And then we've made him do the exact same thing, but except he's just a little bigger and has some more health. And we've done those in export variables, which are cool. Makes you feel like you're really doing something because they're right here in the inspector. So yeah, that's what we've done. So now I need to make the animation. I am really, really enjoying animations, like making these animations, especially when they turn out well. The jump animation for this guy, which I'm hoping not to do today, took me almost an hour to do. So I think it'll be a lot easier, one, to make this look good, because he's literally just going to lift the foot up and stomp, 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 you know, like that. So, yeah, should be a lot easier to do. So I'm going to add a new animation. So I'm hoping this only takes me 20 minutes to make this animation. But these are really fun to do. So it's a skeleton, doing it that way. Again, we're just going to call this function stomp. It's not function. I want to make sure that I didn't capitalize it here as well. Yeah, it's uncapitalized. Okay. And the reason for that, again, is because from the script, we're going to say play animation stomp. Yeah, right here. And so we, of course, want to stomp correctly. So I'm going to go to idle. And this is going to be our first pose for me. I'm going to go right back here. And we're going to go here. We're going to go stomp. Okay. And then I am going to grab everything, shrink these up, like that, snag all these bad boys, and I am going to key them. So add 10 new curves. Okay, and that's it. There you go. You're done. No, that's not true. So this is where he's going to start from, and then we're going to have him lift the foot and then come back down. The other guy's stomp animation takes, let's see. So for one thing, this animation player is playing at 4 times speed, and we have it at 2.4 seconds. So in this one, let's see, what are you playing at? Playing at 1.5 times speed. Of course, it's an odd number. I would like a calculator right now. So we want these stomps to last about the same amount of time. So for instance, 2.4 seconds times or divided by 4 is basically 24 divided by 4, which is 6. So this takes 0.6 seconds to run. So we would like to make this animation run at 0.6 seconds. Thus, if we're playing at a speed scale of 1.5, 1.5 times x, or no, x divided by 1.5 equals 0.6, correct? That's what I did here. I'm going to do this to make my life easier. That's what I did here, right? I did 2.4 divided by 4. Yeah, 2.4 divided by 4 equals 6. So here we need to do x divided by, sorry, if no one likes algebra, this should be very transient. So x divided by, x divided by 1.5 equals 0.6. Or equals 6. So that would be 6 times 1.5, which, dude, that cannot be right. 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times that is 10. Oh, yeah, so this is 0.9 seconds. 0.9 seconds. Okay, and then 0.9, yeah, 0, so 9 divided by 1.5 should be 6. Yes, that's right. Okay. Math. Stay in school, kids. Yeah. I mean, I might adjust this value. Like, they don't have to be exactly the same, but I'm just saying it's a good reference point to use the same one because I know that amount of time looks pretty good. The other thing about that is that, as you can see here, he finishes the stomp right about here, and then we have just kind of a waiting period of some time here. And so I'm probably going to do the same thing here. We'll see. I want his stomps to be... But I do, yeah, he's going to stomp 3 times. You go boom, boom, boom. Or maybe just twice. Boom, turn around, boom. Spawning 2 projectiles. That might be pretty epic. I think 2. Yeah, we'll do 2. So 2 stomps. So that doesn't mean necessarily that we want them to be 1.8 seconds in total. I guess it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so this will be 1.8 seconds. Well, we'll get the first stomp done, and then we're just going to copy and paste it and then flip horizontally. And that's how I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll make some animation to make it look like he's twisting, like in Paper Mario, how they did that. I've said it yesterday several times. That's my favorite game of all time. If you've never played Paper Mario TTYD, Thousand Year Door, do it. Just do it. It's better than any crap any AAA game studio puts out nowadays. Okay, so I have him here, and I would like him to raise his foot. We got to find what the apex is. So the apex is going to be half. So we're at 0.9 seconds, which is a little unfortunate because it's odd. So I am actually going to change this back again. Hey, babe. Oh. Okay. I stream. Okay. So we're going to set it at 0.5. So basically, this is going to be the apex, and then what I'm going to do is just put all his stuff at the apex, and then we're going to change stuff as it needs to be done to make it look nice and smooth. So we've got foot 1, foot 2. These should actually all be reversed. These should be underneath these ones because in Godot, for some reason, that's how it works. Head goes like this, and then we want the heart on top of the torso still. So this is good. Now what we want, I'll get the foot 1, foot 2 done first. Okay, probably like this, probably like out, right? Something like this. So this is going to be negative 47.5 and 10, like that. And then we're going to rotate it a wee bit, like that, okay? And then, so that's, we'll just say 39. You know what, we'll say 40. I like round numbers, everybody. Okay, we'll key the whole thing. Okay. Oh, I can sit up now. That's fantastic. Okay. I guess we probably don't want to start just right here. We probably want to like have him crunch down, like that, you know? I mean, maybe no, maybe don't. Maybe you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But okay, so there's the start there, and so what I'm going to do is finish. I'm going to work on this foot first. So what we can do is then here, we know that this is where we want it to come back down. Well, in fact, we want it to come down a little faster than it went up, right? So we'll do something like that, and then duplicate it, okay? And now if we played this, okay, and then I want this to come forward though. He's like really like getting into it, right? So foot 2 again, and then, ew, I don't like that. Why is that a thing? Negative 30 and 40. Key that in there. And then again, we'll set this to negative 30 and 40. Okay, and then I'm going to change the X to be out here a little more. Okay, change that to negative 46. Key. Okay.
Aaron, you gotta get your lady, otherwise I'm gonna steal her.
That's okay. You can have her.
Are you kidding?
Yes. So I think what I'm also going to do here is then take these frames, and this is what I did for the other one. I'm going to move them 1 second over, and I'm going to duplicate these frames. And then what I'm going to do right here is change the rotation just a teed, just a tad. Well, actually, we'll keep the rotation. So rotation here is negative or 40. Here, I'll put the rotation at 30. Key that, and so now we can see that just the foot.
Do you know where my headphones are?
No, but you can use the old headphones. They're on my nightstand. Okay, I think that'll look better once we get the whole body into it. We want him to kind of like lean into it and push. So what happens when we go like this? So again, we got this. I think what I do want to happen definitely here though is make the, like all of this stuff move downward. So we're on the move tool, move down just like this. Okay, we want to make this really, really dramatic. And I'll key all these frames here. And then I'm going to take the head, just the head, and then move that down. Oh, come on, man. Move that down a little bit. Right there's good. And then I'm going to change the rotation to be negative, let's do negative 15 maybe. That looks good. And then I'll fix these to make them not ugly numbers. Negative 27, negative 23. Okay. And then we'll key that right there. And then I will fix the heart and torso. We got 0, 7. Key it. Torso. Negative 0, of course. And 16. Key it. Okay. And then now we've got a little... we haven't keyed those here though. Por supuesto, why would I do that? This is a very big mistake, yes. That's okay. We'll do this. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate these frames here. We don't want them the same, obviously, but now, of course, I don't remember what I did to move these guys. I think I did. So I think we did 2 shift ups. That's probably what I want. Okay, we'll key those frames here. And then here I'm going to take the head. I'm going to rotate it. We'll do 15 degrees. And then I'm going to move it up a few and back a few. Just like that. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and key that frame. Obviously it needs to come back down, but I think it's... I think what I'm probably going to end up having to do is just moving these guys over to make it happen a little faster, because obviously it looks a little too slow for me. But yeah, we'll see. We'll just get the basic stuff right. And then I guess we can move... I think that foot probably looks fine. I think giving it no motion is a bad idea. But... yeah, no one finds this interesting, I guess. I think this is like very fun.
No.
So I'm gonna add a little bit of rotation here to both these guys. We'll add the rotation as like 5 maybe. Not a whole lot, you know. In fact, I'm actually not going to rotate the heart. I think that would look cool. In fact, we'll just do this, like that. And I guess we gotta, we'll grab both of these guys, add those in. And then you can see, go here. So this comes like this. And then in this first frame, I'm gonna have this do the opposite. I'm gonna change this to -5. It's subtle, but I think it'll look cool. Okay, and now we need to come back down. So here is the stomp frame, like that. And what I'm gonna do to start is just take these guys, duplicate them over there, and now we can see what this looks like. Not too bad. I do think that here I want the head to look a little more dramatic. Let's go here, change this to 25. And then we'll go like that. Key that in. And then obviously I think I want this to hold for a little more. So what I'm gonna do here is do this, duplicate these, and then they'll hold for a frame. There we go. They got a little come up and slam back down. So I think the problem for me right now, I think, is this back foot looks pretty boring. I guess we could put it on a loop. I'm not in the actual game, but just to Ah, I think that's part of the problem. Okay, so we'll fix that real quick. So basically all I'm gonna do is, so these are exactly the same right now. If we go here and then go here, see they don't change. I think I want the head and stuff to actually move forward just a tad. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, key that. And I'm just gonna do the exact same thing with the torso and the heart. Oh, fudge. And then maybe I'll even give it a little extra rotation. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, just like that. Now let's see. I don't want it looping. It's hard to tell. Yeah, again, I can't spend too much time doing this because last time I spent like a whole hour. But I think that's looking good. I definitely want this to sit for a little while. So what I'm gonna do here is make this like 1.5 seconds. Do this, go here, and just duplicate these so that way I can loop it and then see what it's actually looking like. Okay, so I'm gonna do, I think, is just move all these frames over one. Okay, and then we'll see what this looks like. You don't want like no movement though, so I'm gonna change that a little bit, but I do like the amount of pause we've got there. So we've got this, and then this. So this to this we see nothing. We want like a little bit of movement at the apex. So first let's save. A little bit of apex here. A little bit of movement, sorry. Bean Bean, come here, Bubba. Come on, come say hi to the peoples. Come here. Come here. Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl. Yeah, you're so cute. Okay, everybody, it's your lucky motherfucking day. This is Beanie. She's very happy that I'm kissing her. Come on. Yes, get cuddling. Okay, so what do we want to be moving here? I guess what we could have is have the head come a little higher and then have the torso catch up, which I think always looks good in these. So I'm gonna have, in this frame, I'm gonna actually have the head come a little bit more high. Okay, I'm gonna key that. And then I think I'm also gonna make the rotation a little more. No, we'll change that here. So here, oh, we need that to stay though. So I'm gonna duplicate these frames here, duplicate. Oh, no. Just relax, just relax. What are you doing, dude? Okay. Yeah, and then I'm gonna make this a little more dramatic. I'll throw like 35 maybe. There we go. We'll key that up. I don't know. Let's see. What does this look like? Okay, that's not bad. And then finally, I'm just going to mess with the torso a teensy bit. So here, we've got it. I think that's good where it is right there. In fact, actually, I'm going to move the torso and heart down tad. Like 1, 2. Go ahead and key those frames. And I'm going to go 1 frame before. Where is our heart? Here's the heart. So what I'm going to do is just move our heart frames here 1 over, so that way it looks like there's a little bit of lag. So look like the heart is like kind of following the body. I think I'm going to do that in many of these frames. Like that. So it looks like the heart's kind of floating in the shell. These are the kind of details that I needed to stop worrying about, but I love this. This is so cool. Okay. Okay, now here we're going to grab the torso values. I think I could probably do that, but rather than that, what I'm going to do is we're going to make these get a little bit higher. Just right here. And we'll go like 1, 2, 3. And then I'll make the rotation a little bit more severe, like 10. And then we'll key that. And I think that's probably going to be good. I might add some squash and stretch, but oh, that was salty. That was a salty kiss, little girl. I think that's solid. Okay, so obviously we're going to do this. We don't want it to do that. I think that looks great. I don't think you even need to mess with the back foot too much. Yeah, but I do think I'm going to do this real quick. So foot 2, foot 1. We're going to go ahead and put those frames in right there. Then right here, I'm going to move the foot and just move it backwards, just a tad. Do that. So that way it looks like we're kind of slamming. And then we need to duplicate those frames. Yeah, okay, that was good. And then I don't even think I need the squash. It is squash and stretch. Okay, so coming up here, coming back down. There's the stomp that we need. Okay, so here is where we would call the method 1.5 seconds. So we might need to speed this animation up a little bit. Yeah, it's probably gonna need to get sped up. Well, you know what I could try and do is just take all this stuff and move it over 1 frame. That might make it fast enough for me. I wish you could just hit play and it would start back from the beginning, but. Oh, what's up, Christopher? Yeah, here, I'll give you a little preview. So, very well. We've gotten our first enemy completely finished. And we've got he'll shoot at me in a second here. He runs around, and then the second enemy is very close to being done. So he shoots and does those things. He shoots at you. The reason he missed me there is because he calculates where you're trying to go, and when you're shooting with this thing, basically your input vectors, like your WASD keys, which direction you're putting. So he's shooting where you're calculating where you're looking, so that when you're moving around, it actually comes at you pretty nicely. Let's see if he'll do it here for me. Come on, you're not gonna take a shot, huh? Oh, yeah, anyway, it tried. But anyway, it calculates where you're going it gets the player's input, like which direction they're going. Oh, well, okay, so I guess it didn't. But it's supposed to, and it usually, yeah, so that got me. Yeah, anyway, so for right now, what I'm going to do... so right now what I'm doing is just making a stomp animation for the second enemy. And the stomp animation actually is very important in this whole thing working. And I'll show you what that means. So for right now, we're going to whoa. Mouse tracking is not working very well. It's weird. Save this just in case we get a crash. Just relax, dude. What are you doing? Okay. Is it okay that I'm streaming? Do you want me to stop? Okay, I'll stop at lunch. My girlfriend's in medical school. She's somewhat of a genius. She didn't like that. And she has some exams today, so I'm trying to be considerate. She just got home. It's all virtual because of COVID, so that's why she's at home. But she's not taking the exam right now. She's studying. Apparently, somehow, this is not bothering her. Okay. So this is right when we're going to call this function. So we're going to click Add Track, call method track. This is actually, figure this out. It's very cool. Right click here, insert key, and then should be a function called stomp. Okay, and by default it's set to false. Now, this is really funny because I was like, well, how do you set this parameter? It's just always setting to false. And I spent like probably 20 minutes like trying to figure this out in here, then Googling, and no one told me. And the reason is, you're like, how do you do this, right? The reason is because it's so stupidly obvious. It's right here. You go to arguments, click it, and then you set it. False, true. That's why. I mean, to me, honestly, that's not that obvious, and that should be something that should be in the documentation, which it wasn't. It just told you how to add the track, which that part I can figure out. There's a giant freaking plus button, right? And it says call method. I mean, you get it, right? But, that seems a little more convoluted. I think that should be, so yeah. And now for all you guys. I keep looking over here when I'm addressing you guys because that is where the chat is popping up for me. Know your feeling. My girlfriend is on her last year of med school exams all the fucking time. Look how she does it. Dude, nice. We're in the same boat. I actually was just accepted to medical school, and I will be starting next August. So I'll be there too, and then I guess no more of this stuff for a while. But I'm hoping to somehow involve this. Like, I'd like to make some educational games for children, or potentially even use Godot or Python. I'm trying to get better at Python to make things that are interesting. I think the next thing I'm going to do after this actually is make an educational game in Spanish. I have a cool idea of like making a fill-in-the-blank conjugation game where when you conjugate things, at the bottom of the screen, animations actually happen as you conjugate them correctly. And I think the animation part would be hard, but making a fill-in-the-blank game where you type in would actually be extraordinarily easy to do. And, I could so my teacher in Guatemala could just write up like a few lines of like, here's a story about the boy who went to, or the girl who went to her quinceañera or something, right? And then we would just put the verbs that we want to conjugate in parentheses. You type it in. If you get the correct answer, then it fills it in for you and it skips to the next one. And I could just take her story, very simply convert it to a big string, make a dictionary of strings, or probably a JSON, right? And then load those in. But anyway, no one cares about that. But yeah, that's my plan. I think it'd be very cool. So we're gonna do this, stomp false, and then we'll see how long is he waiting. Is that fast enough? Do we want these guys happening faster? Maybe that's it. Let's move these guys like one there. Yes, that's it. And now, oh, hell yeah. We're right at our original desired estimate of 0.6. So that's happening in 0.6 seconds at this speed, which is cool. What I also think would be cool is to have the heart right here actually come a little more down. So, like, we'd go like that. Okay, we'll key that frame in. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to duplicate these frames. What is happening? I'm trying to duplicate. Okay, and then in these frames, okay, in these frames, I'm gonna have the heart go like that. Maybe even a little more down, back, just like that. Okay, now we'll do that. Okay, and we'll key right there. And then the idea is that this will kind of go past it because of the force and then bring back up. So yeah, I like that. So we might even bring this a little one more like that. Nice. Okay. Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. I will need it, probably. Okay, so that looks good. Now, what I would like him to do is, this guy's going to stomp twice, so we go stomp once, like that. Stomp. Why is it so jagged to me? Whatever. Anyway, is it just too much? I think that's it. I think it just moved too much. So we'll get that and then key those frames. Yeah, that looks a little smoother. Okay, and we want this to happen, and then right about here, I'll probably want him to turn around and do the exact same thing. So what I'm gonna do, so if we play this as a loop, I'd imagine it's not gonna look that great. Not terrible, and I need to get going, so let's just do it. Right about here. So if we make these guys happen right here instead, and then shorten this to 1.3 just for now. 1, 2. I think that's good. I think we'll make this 1.4 seconds. And that will be enough pause. Boom, boom, we're done. Okay, so now I'm gonna do is we're going to take this and double this. So we'll just do ×2 here. Although I probably could have done that in my head. And we're gonna go like this. We're gonna come right here and we're gonna say duplicate keys. And now oh. How did I mess that up? Maybe I didn't? Oh, it's because we don't need these any longer. Delete, and then we'll move all these guys one frame this way. But I do actually like what was happening there kind of on accident, which was that it was pulling this foot backward, and it just kind of made it look a lot smoother. So right here, where is this? This is foot 1, foot 2, foot 2. You're gonna grab that, grab these two, and I'm gonna stick it right here, I think. Maybe right here. Maybe right here. Right here, yes, that's where we want it. Duplicate frames. Okay, now his foot should slide back. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'm actually gonna come here and do the same thing. Ah, this me. Okay. Grab these guys. Duplicate keys. Okay, now let's see what that looks like. Boom, 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 boom. Almost good. So I think what I'm going to do is take these keys and duplicate them right there, and then we'll have a little, yeah, and then I'll do the same thing over here. So I want these keys, oh, this is right in line with these guys, right click, duplicate keys. Okay, and then let's watch it. Boom, boom. Okay, that's nice. There we go, and that's the animation. Now we're just gonna add the function calls. We've already got 2 of them right here, of course, but I also, so it's 2.8 long, so we want to go to 1.4, which is right there. Is that where we want to flip it? Boom. Yeah, that's where we want to flip it. So right here, I'm going to, I guess we want to do add track, call method track, and then do it on the animated skeleton here. I think. Let's say, how are we flipping our character? Movement. Okay, so this will handle this. So what we're going to do, we can do that. So we're going to set the animated skeleton scale to flip it. We're going to multiply it times -1. I'm just going to make a new function. We'll put it in a tag. Okay. Function flip direction. And then literally all we're going to do is say an animated skeleton dot scale dot x times equals -1. Okay, and so that will just flip our scale around like that. So then right here in the same track, we're gonna go insert key, and we're gonna say it should be flip direction right there. And so when in game, what will happen is we'll do our first stomp. Then when we finish this first stomp, we'll flip around and do the second stomp. Now, I could make this a little smoother, but for right now, I'm just going to leave this, like you can squash your guy here like this and then squash him out here. Like here. Well, that might be really, really easy to do, so I'll see how bad this looks, but I think this is going to be fine. And then finally, on the very last part here, we're going to do insert key, another function on stomp, and then we're going to click this, arguments, and change this to true. And I think we're ready to put this bad boy in the game, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this node because this was just for the animations. So we can we can go over to walking, press play. You can see that we're walking like normally, and then we'll do a stomp. Boom, boom. Yeah, and it's not calling the functions, of course. We'll boom, turn around, and stomp again. The shaky business? What you mean shaky business? Like the camera shake? Where are you seeing a shake? Boom, 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 boom. I like the stomp. It's good. Okay, so there's that. And now this enemy should be done, theoretically. So famous last words. Enemy.1. We'll add him right next to them. Stick him. Let's put him over here. Right about there. Looks good. Yeah, and we'll put you over here. And then let's run the scene. Okay, so the great news about that is that it worked. Are they on the same timers right now? I guess we'll know next time, because if they both attack at the same time again, that's a problem. Oh, no, they don't. Okay, good. Also, obviously, we need to fix that position, but I think what we'll do to fix that is relatively simple. We will set an export variable that is going to be equal to a vector 2. So, and we'll say ground location. So export var ground equals vector 2. Okay, and then I'll type hint dot 0 0 0 export var ground, and then I'll type hint it like that. So now if we go back into here, we can see it's now right there in the inspector. And what we want to do is I'll go ahead and, well, you know what, I'll use the stomp animation, and we'll try to figure out exactly what our feet are at right now, and then that will be the vector that I use. So it looks like we've got I can do a x of 0, y of 25, x of 0, y of 25 for this guy. Okay, And then what I'll do for this guy is we'll do, I mean, exactly the same thing. For him, it looks like we're going to have a x of 0, y 50. So maybe that doesn't even need to be vector 2. But, okay. That is, that's looking good. And now what we'll do is in the code here, what we'll use is, so right now I'm spawning the, yeah, so I'm just spawning it plus vector 2, right? So plus this random vector 2. So self.global position, we're setting, so we're setting the global position of this portal that we're opening up to be our position plus this, which works fine for him, but not for, what did I set his, 25? Oh, that's actually pretty freaking close to this. So maybe I actually do instead want to set these to be 5 less. We don't want them to open up right on top of them. Oh no, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Sorry. Okay. So rather than this, we're going to say ground, right? So plus ground. So this is going to be essentially just the y. So we've got the global position plus the ground, which is going to give us our y. And then we need to figure out the x. So for that, I would like to do, well, we have direction. So we can use that here. We can say, so if I want it to spawn, and I do, I want them to spawn in front of the guy. So we can say global position plus ground, and then we want to do plus direction times, I don't know, like 50. Okay, and this again I think should be another thing that is deterministically determined, but we can actually just set that in the ground, and we say ground.x, ground.y. Yeah. So we'll do ground.x, and here we'll do ground.y. I'm sorry, other way around. Ground.y, ground.x. What is it yelling me for? Involved types. Oh, I see. So this needs to be a vector 2. Vector 2. Okay, so yes. So we're adding our global position plus a vector 2 of this. And yeah, I think that should work. So now we need to see how far in front exactly would we like these to spawn. For him, I think it's going to be negative 100, we'll say. So our x will be negative 100 for him. And then for him, probably want it. It looks like he's kind of like looking into the hole, which is kind of cool. So that would be like right here. So that'll be negative 50. I don't think these are exactly half, right? Are they? Because that would be hysterical. They are. They're exactly half the values. That's so funny. I did not plan on that happening. Okay. So the deal here is that now we just like see if that worked. I think it. Hopefully it will. Come on, boop. Oh. Cannot convert argument 2 from vector 2 to float. Vector 2 constructor cannot argument 2. Oh, because this is giving us a, yeah, this is a vector 2. So this is creating a vector 2 by multiplying this together. So what we want to do is we could just do direction.x. Yeah, I think that should work. Say what now, motherfucker? Dude, what? That's so odd. Okay, I don't quite know that's happening, but let's take a look at what our thing. So we're doing our global position, right, plus this. So for instance, if we take our global position here, we've got this. Oh, because this is our global position. Oh, okay. Spawn point. So yeah, so that's why that's happening. I understand, because our global position is right there, not right there. So I'm actually going to add a. No, this wouldn't work. Oh, it would work. Okay. And we're gonna change ground here to be spawn position. I'm gonna change this to be spawn. Oh yeah, spawn plus, spawn pos, spawn pos. And then what we need to. Well, here, let's do this. Grab this, and then we'll do a little bit of this action, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Okay. Now, the position 2D is literally, it's just going to give us a visual representation of a vector 2D. I don't know why it's not like visible right now. There it is. Okay. So we're gonna say like where, I think this might be better, just use this. Because the other thing about this, and then we'll stick this here on the animated skeleton. And that way, it should be that, let's check this, but if I flip the animated skeleton, then, so if we go this and change the X to -1, oh, that's the position. That's why I was like, uh-oh. Aha. There you go, baby. That's how you do it. Okay, so this is going to be, instead of position 2B, this is going to be called spawn position. Okay, and we'll say we're just going to get rid of this right now. Okay, and we're going to say right here, on ready var spawn underscore pos equals spawn position. Okay, beautiful. And then we actually don't, we just need to say this. Spawn pos dot to global, I think. Local point. Okay, so you put this there. Because it's an in place, right? Yeah, okay. I don't understand the colors in this game, because, like, this should then be blue, and then, yeah, anyway. This game, this editor. Okay, cool. So then, essentially, we're putting, 2 global makes a vector 2 in global coordinates. So this is our spawn position, which should give us relative coordinates, and then we'll just make those global coordinates. I think that's how this is going to work, but now I need to do the same thing for this guy. I need to add a position 2D, and then name it spawn position, okay, and then we need to put that where we want it to spawn. For me, that's going to be right about there. That looks pretty good. Right about there. Gizmo extents. Okay. Gizmo is a fun word. Okay, and then we'll set this to 25. Oh yeah, that's literally what it was for our other thing. Spawn position, and then here, yeah, let's set this to -100 and 50. Nice. Let's go 45. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Come on, let's see the fruits of our labor. Or not. Cannot. Oh, there we go. Oh, well then we don't have to do that at all. We can just say spawn pos dot globe position. Yeah. Oh, that worked. All right, baby. Enemies 1 and 2 are officially finished. I mean, there's some tweaks I would probably love to do, but that's what they're gonna do, man. They're gonna sit there and they're gonna do that stuff. Let's go and try to. I mean, I need to do a death animation probably. Let's get this. Okay. Okay. Epic. Okay, my girlfriend said me hungry. She asked if me hungry. Because she said she hungry. Okay, is that right? That what you say? Give me 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll make
I'm
lunch.
just wondering if you're hungry.
I will. Would you like PBJs?
Ooh,
I think
you
PB.
ready for it, though?
I think PBJ ciabattas.
No.
Okay, I'll make. I've got focaccia. Some focaccia. Not with PBJ. I'll just make Sam. Focaccia PBJs, everybody. You know, a little peanut butter, a little olive oil, a little rosemary, olive oil, garlic. Ugh. It literally is. I don't like. Don't make me say that stuff. Okay, so there actually is a little bit of rewiring here. So I think it's really cool in games, particularly like the old Street Fighter games. When you like hit people, there would be like a little bit of game freeze for a second. So like I think they talked about it in Game Maker's toolkit. Yes, toolkit. Game freeze. Game Maker's toolkit. I just want to show it. He probably doesn't do it. Tropical freeze. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be too hard. But essentially, like when you hit somebody, that character freezes for just a few seconds. Oh, I got a love from Ranjan. If you guys don't know who Ranjan is, he's a great guy. He's got several hundred more subscribers than I do. Just a little bit. But yeah, he's got more than he's got almost exactly 4 times the amount of subscribers I do. But cool guy. He likes me, which is good. Very good. Means I'm doing something right. Oh, and I went down a subscriber. It's probably because someone watched the stream like, this guy sucks. Okay, so right now, what happens is when you die, I have it so that you get paused for a quick sec. But I would not like you to get paused for a quick sec. What I would like you to do, so I do, but I want you to get paused right here. I would like you to get paused right here on hitbox area entered, okay? So I'll say here, stay paused, state equals paused. Now what we need to do, so essentially what's gonna happen is that we're going to pause ourselves. We're gonna set physics process equal to false and call the, wait a second. Why does that work? Huh? She cute. Why did this work? I feel like, is it up here that I did it? Oh no, because right here I'm saying animation player.stop. Okay. So, yeah. So what we'll do is instead stick that there. And so in the pause function, we will just say animation player.stop. Stop. Animation player.stop. And so we'll stop it as long as we're paused and we're on pause. We'll say anim player dot play, and then we'll say I think, is there a resume? So okay, void stop, set blend time seek, rename animation queue, play is playing. Is it really not a pause? I mean, I'd imagine you could probably set playback speed to 0 and then set it to whatever it was before. I think that's something we want. So playback active, default blend time, process mode, position, length, autoplay, assigned animation, current root, current animation. So we could do that. We could get current animation, which is good, but I would like to just pause and unpause the animation. So add animation, advance. I don't know why I'm counting. Animation got next. Clear caches. Don't know what caches are. Find the animation. Get animation list. Get blend time. Get playing speed. Get queue. Has animation is playing. Play backwards. Okay, so string, custom blend, custom speed, from end. Oh, that's dope. I mean, I don't even think I'm, oopsies. Uh-oh. What am I? Where the hell am I? Why am I in string? I don't want string. I don't want no freaking string, bro. Okay. So the cool thing I just noticed is that what I was doing was I was saying play the animation, and then I was saying after that I was just saying set playback speed. But you can actually just put the playback speed right here if you want. But I don't know, maybe that will mess it up. So I'm going to try setting playback speed to 0 for a second, and then setting playback speed to whatever it used to be, because it doesn't look like there's a pause and unpause function. I don't know why there's no stop and resume. The same thing with timers. There's no stop and resume for timers. You kind of have to make those functions yourself if you'd like to. So what I'm going to do is make an onReady variable, onReady variable, and we are going to say playback speed anim, we'll do underscore anim underscore playback speed. Okay, equals anim player dot, oh crap, now I gotta go back here and find, where's it, like get animation speed? Get animation, get playing speed. Gets the actual playing speed over 0 if not playing. So we go to animation player, yeah, just playback speed. Dot playback speed. Okay, so, and the reason I do that is so that it's dependent upon him or him. Like, because I think that I'm playing him at different speeds, so that way we can just do that. So on revar, we get what that should be, the animation playback speed. Here, instead of playing in the pause function, so instead of saying stop, what we're going to do is we're going to say playback speed. What's happening? Playback speed equals 0, right? And then here, we're going to say, instead of play, we're just going to say animation player dot playback speed equals anim playback speed. Okay. All right. So what will happen is we will get hit. We'll put into the paused state. That will fly up here into the physics process, and we will match the state to pause and play the paused function. The paused function is right here, and then here we'll set our playback speed equal to 0, which should stop our guy from doing whatever animation he is doing at the time. If frame is greater than or equal to pause frame limit. Yeah, and then so we're going to increment by frames. Pause frame limit, this is just how long we want him to pause for, and I think I said it for 3 frames. Oh, 5 frames. Okay, but it gives enough so that it looks like he's like stops, like a, you know, like that, like a jolt. So I think that's cool. So it really gives you a sense of like, oh, you're smacking this guy. And then we're gonna do that until we hit unpause. Oh, we don't. No, I don't want this. Why is that there? That should not be. That should not be there. Okay. Do we want physics to be false? I mean, I guess we might as well. And then we can set physics process to true. No, we definitely don't want that to be the case. Yeah, we'll just do that. And then if not, we'll transit over to unpause. Okay, but I'm starting to see a few issues with this. I don't even think we need an unpause function. In fact, I think we should just put all this in the pause function. Like just stick this here, and I don't want to queue free, obviously. But that was because we're dying immediately there. So I want to stick animation playback speed to playback speed. So we're going to reset the playback speed to there. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to get rid of this function entirely. Right now we're currently not dying, so which is a problem. But I think right now I'll just put queue free in the die function, and that should work. We need to call the die function. At current, we're not. So, oh yeah, we are. So if health is less than or equal to 0, die. So this is going to run, which is good. We don't need frame to be equal to 0 here, but we should do that here. say frame equals 0. Yeah, there you go. So we'll set frame equal to 0 there. And the reason we're doing that, folks, is because in this function, we're counting the frames. And so if we set the frame equal to 0, we have to count how many frames we want. Otherwise, this is just going to be 5 after we unpause it. And then it's just going to immediately reset back and just play this unpause. And it won't pause after you call it the second time. So function pause, we're doing this. If the frame equals that, do this. And then what do we want to do? We want to change, we need last state because we want to revert back to whatever the last state was. We need to save that in a variable as well. So we're changing state to pause right here. So in these ones, we need to get last state. So I'm going to make another variable, lots of variables, folks. Okay, var last underscore state right now is going to equal null. Well, here, I'll type hint it even. So it should be a string. And then we'll just make it that. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. String. Okay. And we'll come down here. Pause, okay. And right here. Sorry. I'm not sorry for that one, though. Oh, here we need it. Okay. So we're going to say last state equals state. So we're saving our state, our current state, into the last state variable. And then when we unpause here, we'll say state equals last state. But I actually do see a problem with this, because if you're hit when your current state is, I mean, the only two states we're in are movement, right? We just got two. Well, stomp. Okay. So I'll do it right here, and I'll say if state, if state equals or does not equal paused, then we do this, and then we say else last state equals I think is it move? What is it? So I should probably use enums. Yeah, it's move. Okay, cool. So that way we can't get stuck on a paused loop, which that could happen, right? So yeah, I'm going to be doing that now. So let's run through this one more time. So you get hit, we trigger the pause function, the state to be paused, the pause state. So yes, start from right here. We get hit, we set the frame equal to 0, and we set the state, our last state equal to either our state or the move state. We just don't want to be unpaused. Then we're in the pause state, we're going to be just running this function. In this function, we're going to set our playback speed equal to 0, meaning that it won't be moving. We're going to set our, and then we're going to count the number of frames, and we're going to increment the number of frames by 1. This has been set to 0. Once this reaches 5, which is our current pause frame limit, then we're going to reset our playback speed back to whatever it was beforehand, and then we're also going to change our state to our previous state. And that should be a nice little game freeze function for you. And it's not going to work, but let's try it. Keep your expectations low, kids. No errors? Nothing? And it worked? It worked exactly as you might think it would work? No freaking way. Okay, so that's cool. So now what we've done, essentially, is, or what we've accomplished, is we have, well, I'll just run the game so it's interesting while I talk. we have accomplished that we now have both of these enemies completed. We have, we can run, jump, attack, right? We can't parry yet. That's very important. I think that actually will be the very next thing I do, because I think that's pretty important. Yeah. And then so you can attack. Right now there's no enemies you can actually attack. You can only get these dream things, which are going to spawn much less than this, I should say. They're definitely not going to be spawning this frequently. And you get this kind of fully automatic thing there. But these two guys work, right? You've got this smaller one with much less health that can still hurt you easily as much. This one, which is much more health. And then a big part of the game is the fact that you'll be able to knock these projectiles back at them and hit them. So that way, I don't want to limit the only way for you to be able to kill those guys up top is getting one of these dream things. That would be kind of lame, I think. It's just kind of cool when you do get these. Like, these things kind of makes you invincible to whatever, so they're you want them. And then the third type of enemy is going to be the guy that flies down and tries to actually physically hit you himself. And for that guy, we're just going to kick him like this and beat the crap out of him. I need to add more kick animations. You can see they're quite lacking, and then fix some other stuff about this guy. But, the basic principle is there. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And yeah. So you can see, I also added screen shake and quite a few things here, and it's cool. I'll load this from the beginning. So you load this from the beginning. This loads. You can see I'm doing the screen shake, and I'm only shaking what's on the screen. But I'm not shaking the whole canvas. But then when we play the actual game, I am shaking the whole canvas. And that's a little trick just by, this is all on a canvas layer, this whole foreground thing. And so all I'm doing is I'm telling it not to follow the viewport, and then when we press play, then I tell it to follow the viewport. So now it shakes the whole thing, as you can see. And I think that's kind of nice. Oh, see, that hit me. That's nice. I wasn't trying to get hit there. I was actually trying to avoid it. I mean, this is just fun on its own, so I'm happy about that. I want him to shoot me, because, so I made it. Oh, dang it. I hope I didn't kill him. I gotta be in this thing. But let's see, hopefully he shoots at me. I killed him. I made it so that if you shoot one of those projectiles when they're coming at you, they'll also explode. I need to add some animations for that. They're kind of lame right now. They just disappear. But I realize I'm kind of pretty close, right? Because there's exactly as much time left. So what I want to finish by the end of today is make the second type of enemy and also definitely finish the parry. I think the second type of enemy, the longest part, I mean, I'm just going to make them ghosts. So that way it's just like a really simple shape. Like these guys took me surprisingly actually not that long, even though I think it's probably some of the coolest stuff I've ever made or drawn. Like, I mean, just look at how hulking this guy looks. He looks terrifying. I mean, I'm scared. Look at it. I mean, it's a little laggy, but like you can see when you're in Infinity Desire, like he looks cool. I mean, to come up with the whole idea, the other guys, they're going to be ghosts. Okay, they're not going to be this interesting one of these interesting characters with personality and all that stuff. They're just not. Okay, yeah, they're going to be ghosts. I'm thinking I might just make them 2 body parts. Maybe 3. I'll probably give them a torso and a head, and that might be it. And then I think I'll give them a tail, and I'll probably animate the tail outside of the animation, because that would actually, when you're animating things that actually curve, it's easier to not do them within the animation player within Godot. So yeah, and then those guys will just run at you and hit you, and that's how that goes. But, I mean, I think, I'm thinking this will be fun. No one will understand what the hell the game's supposed to be. Like, no one's ever made a game like this, but, maybe they have. What I would like to do is shoot... Yes. Oh, damn it. I want to shoot one of those crystals down. I also would like to see if that works. Yeah. Yeah, the other thing is you can currently punch as many times as you want. I want to allow you to double jump from the air. I think would be cool as well. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to do that unlimited times, just once. Because right now you can only wall jump to get some extra height, and that looks cool. Like look at that, you get a little spin on you. The animations for those were pretty good too, but they're just taking way too long to make. So I think I can. I'm also getting much better at animating, which is going to help me. But yeah. That's a game. That's a game, folks. It seems to miss you while you're in the shooting state. Oh, yeah. So, here, I'll show you right now. If you don't move, they will 100% hit you. So, yeah, both of them, see, hit me just like that. But they also, what they're doing is calculating your current speed times your direction. So if you change directions really fast, they will miss you. But that's I don't hate that, especially because it will be a little more chaotic, and you won't really be paying attention to that type of thing. So like if we do something like this, like then it hits me, right? You have to be going for a little while. But maybe I need to make them come up faster or something. See what those. See if I had kept going. So I don't know. We'll see. See that hit me. I mean, like if you stop. The other thing is also when you're in air, right? It's. Damn it! I shouldn't have taken this up. But there's no ammo on this thing. You just have unlimited. I'd like them to start trying to shoot me at some point, because see when you're in air, it's only calculating your X velocity. So come on, there we go. If it shoots at me while. Dude, come on. Where's the big Scully needs to freaking shoot me? I'm getting real tired of this. I'm sure you guys are too. Okay. Oh, see, there's that would have hit me, right? I'll make the hitboxes are pretty forgiving currently, but I don't want to absorb this though. So I want this motherfucker. Why is he not shooting, dude? Is that a problem? You got a problem, dude? And I'm worried there might actually be a problem because he should have shot by now. The longest it can set to is 12 seconds, which might be long enough. Or might be too long, I'm saying. But anyway, I need to stop. I need to eat lunch. My girlfriend's pissed. She's livid. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do give this video a like, whatever. Go check out my tutorials. And if you've got any actual questions, please... Well, I mean, probably not comment on this one, but go ahead and watch. I'm probably going to be streaming later today. Just hop on, ask those questions, and I can just address them on live stream. So yeah, unless they're like insanely complicated. But oftentimes I can point you in the right direction to help you because, I mean, I'm not by any means a master of this, but I have solved a lot of problems in this platform. Let's kill these guys. Hell yeah. All right, so thank you guys.